Folks, welcome back. My name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha Investments. Today, we report on a box opening video back in the world of the weebs, the wise swords. Today, we revisit the infamous AOT Attack on Titan, boom and bust? The era? I don't know. A very interesting conversation, everything we're going to revisit today, okay? Rudy's got his high performance equipment here. We're going to crack 6 boxes, talk about where we came from, where I think we're going with AOT. And like I said, we like to revisit this maybe once every, 6 months or so, kind of check on certain things. And it's quite an experience, everyone. It's quite an experience. So today's video is brought to you by my patron, Dr. I think it's Gavin B, all the way in California. Sit back, relax. Just so everybody knows, this is what we're looking after today on the chase cards there. We're looking for our parallels. Obviously, SR is usually 1 per box. Triple rares are not 1 per box, and they can be 10 to 50 bucks a card. Titan rares, same thing. We have a TTR in here, 9 different versions. 10 to maybe up to 100 bucks a card. The SSPs are obviously going to be your probably $50 to maybe $500 a card. And then, of course, there is 1 SEC secret rare, which I have no idea the value of that, because the odds of us actually finding that are pretty much next to nothing. So I'm not even going to get excited about it at all. I'm not even going to, I'm just not even going to, we're not even going to worry about it. If that happens, we'll discuss it and freak out and have a lot of fun. But I don't think we're going to get anywhere near finding 1 super mega rare thing, opening a partial case on something like this. So keep in mind, we have AOT Volume 1, Volume 2, and this would be technically Volume 3, also known as Final Season. There's quite a double rare there hiding in the middle. And wow, an actual gun on a card. That's something you don't see very often. There's a lot of, how do I say this? There's a lot of controversy with AOT, how the show ended, the storyline ended, another double rare. Kind of people, a lot of disappointment and frustration with it, the hype towards it, what happened to AOT back in 2018 through 2022. There's quite a bit of, turmoil with the history. And then, of course, you line that up with, well, unfortunately, Final Season, and when they reprinted AOT 1 and 2, it happened right in the peak of 2021 in the boom. So every store over-ordered way more than they should have ordered, creating a overproduction and oversupply of this product right in the peak during the boom and bust of the money machine go burr inflationary time period. So because of that, AOT and a lot of the white sets, well, a lot of all sets, Magic and everything, from that particular era, there you go. There's our first chase hit, everybody. You see that, everyone? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm assuming that's our first SR, 1 per box right there. Beautiful looking as always. I get messages and people ask me, is it ever going to change or recover, or is it ever going to get better, is kind of the wording. A lot of people, including Rudy, we all have heavy bags, as they say, of a lot of these different subsets and chases. There we go. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, nice triple rare. Now this is, see, immediately, good box. Good box. Fatal Wound. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful triple rare with our SR. So that's a nice box here. Anytime you can get 2 big hits in a single box like that, I always consider that an immediate, pretty big win, everybody. I do believe the future of these products are going to get pricier as the market continues to flush out as years go by and things change. But no, I don't think these boxes are ever going to be $1,000 boxes or anything. The artwork on that always gets me, the old Colossal Titan. But at the same time, I think the market will eventually have a time, kind of what Magic does on many different series, and it kind of reprices a lot higher. And I think it could be, I don't want to say, it could be, years to like a decade or something. It could be something really crazy, where it takes another era or another market cycle for people to want to go back or to desire a double rare some of these older chase cards, or for deck building or anything. I mean, with no more AOT and new AOT news or anything coming along, at least as of the filming of this video that I'm aware of, it's going to be very difficult for people, even in the Weiss world, to want to build and develop or put money into AOT products. Because this was like a perfect storm with like a perfect timing situation with Weiss. And, when we had this final season come out, You know, if this had come out in 2019 or in 2023, not at the boom right in 2021, you know, the print run, everyone's attitude would be very, very different. I mean, I can't emphasize enough to you all how many stores, you know, over-ordered this product. How many stores, you know, were just, you know, they just, because again, in that moment in time, you know, God, we're not getting anything good. In that moment in time, you know, everything was in this insane bull market and government handouts, and everybody stayed home and got stimmy checks, and it was a really weird psychological time in modern American history with the whole getting government stimulus and staying home and watching YouTube and, you know, LGSs and collectibles and toys and video games and comics, everything flared up and got crazy, you know. We went through a lot of that, you know, and that distorted so many things, and it caused many companies to overproduce. There we go, folks, beautiful. Got Gabby coming here, the involuntary witness for our SR of the box, very nice. And, you know, it caused a lot of problems. Now, at the same time, you know, I mean, you can't have a market where the boxes, let's pretend the boxes go down to $10, $20 a box or something insane, right? You can't have a market where the prices continue to dissolve to nothing when you have cards like an AOT, the chase cards in this thing are still as low as like $50 for some of these SPs. And I mean, what was I saying? Hold on, let me go back. Yeah, so even the SSPs, I'm sorry, not SP, SSP, the super specials, there's 5 of them. I mean, those cards are 50 to like, I think 500 a card. I mean, there's still, you can't have cards of that price point that actually sell and people grade them and collect them. And you can't have the boxes where people can try to pull them become almost free. You know, you can't, the cards in the boxes always have to pull that tug of war back and forth. Now with Weiss, it's a really weird thing because you have, you know, future Weiss releases can impact the previous sets. You know, there can be more synergy. They can make some other, I mean, what if something else comes along in the future and, you know, the cards, you know, can be, you know, they can be played with AOT series cards. You know, what if something else coincides? You know, we don't know what can happen. That would change the entire market of every single AOT 1, 2, and 3 literally overnight. And, you know, in the market already, nice, I think these are all double rares in the middle, yeah, but they're not the fancy chase ones. I mean, overnight, you're going to have some of these cards that are barely available or only have 1 copy left in the open market. And then suddenly, there's a lot of double rares. My goodness, they're in like tons of packs. So that was box 2. Box 2, be honest with you, Dr. B. Gavin, you had your SR, but see, again, that's a normal, what I call kind of a weak box, where you get your SR, but you don't get a triple rare, you don't get an SSP, you don't get any other really major things. And remember, the regular common uncommon that I'm skimming through, even the single rares, double rares, it's kind of like flesh and blood. Single rares are mostly just playable cheap cards. They're not supposed to be rare, they're not supposed to be expensive. You know, people want the really, here we go, there we go, boom. Right out of the gate, boom, boom. There we go. The old Dr. Levi, Dr. Levy, they're beautiful. I love the green on there, man. I love how they didn't do gold. They have like that green signature with the Japanese rye. I think it's beautiful. Merciless Assault. We got our first major SSP hit. And yeah, I mean, this is probably a $200 card. I mean, think about that, folks. I just want to be clear about that. We just pulled a $200 card. Again, you can make fun of me and it may not, maybe it crashed and it's only $5 now, but I'm pretty sure. So box 3 in this video for Dr. Gavin over here, I mean, we just nailed an SSP $200 gorgeous hit. Not including the regular SRs, which can be a couple bucks, maybe $5, maybe 10. We got a triple rare over here already. I mean, this video is going incredibly well. And that's why I try to, this stuff I talk about all the time. You know, you have some brands and some cards when you open some of these things or do box cracking, you know, some of these things are not, I mean, they are not bad financially and probability wise to crack and do. Now, sometimes you can just get bad luck and, you know, we can open all 6 boxes and get no major case hits. I mean, that is a very probable, there you go, boom, SR. There's in the box, involuntary witness. Didn't we already get involuntary witness? Oh, no, we didn't, okay. Boom, there's our SR in the box right there. So, I mean, so we're halfway through the video now. We're about to hit the second half of the box opening here. And again, absolutely phenomenal box opening, everybody. What a great experience. You know, I see people, oh, I love videos where we get to pull and show something awesome. It makes the entire box opening experience worth it. Like, that's what makes these things enjoyable. Not just cracking the packs. It's getting that memory and, you know, getting that on camera. Very cool. Anyway, so back to my previous conversation. I actually think AOT 1 and 2 are probably going to recover and probably do quite well into the coming 3 to 5 years. That's my personal opinion. And again, I've been saying that for the last, 2 years. I think Final Season had the largest the print runs because everybody wanted this thing when it was being ordered. Why the heck do we have 2? Was that a double rare in the middle? Double rare and a single rare. Not that it means anything, but I think the Volume 1, Volume 2. Remember, original AOT, you have the signatures and everything, the gold and silver. But this Final Season, this one, just everybody ordered so much of it. That was the problem with it. The print run, because the demand, the pre-orders was so massive for this in that time period, it distorted everything. Rudy's got heavy bags. I know so many LGSs. Well, let me rephrase that. I know so many LGSs who had, I don't think they do anymore, had large positions of AOT because they over-ordered it. I mean, pretty much, I guess you could say we all did. But again, that was the era we were in. It was a crazy time, man. But I don't know if I can say the same thing in 2024. I don't think most of the people who even over-ordered a lot of these sets, I don't think most people have them anymore. I know in the 2-year crash of everything, most stores needed capital. They just fire sold everything. I mean, we saw that happen in Magic, Pokemon, Weiss, all the newer card games, everything. We saw tremendous bear market selling pressure, people raising capital, try to keep the lights on and everything with all just, it was a tough time. So I don't know if most people who did over-order it still have that much excessive inventory this far out. My instinct is no. I think at this point in time, because is this 2021 or 2022? I think it was 2021, wasn't it? Is there a date on these or the bottom of the card? I'll check real quick. At the bottom of the cards, were these? No, it doesn't say. I can't remember when the release date of this thing was. I thought it was... I thought the pre-orders were 2021. It released in like 2022 or something. Because remember, Weiss will make you order, and you have to wait so long for a Weiss release. You have to go in blind so early on there. There's, by the way, isn't that amazing? Hold on, let's take a moment here. I just want to show you guys something. I'm going to show you the difference. Look at the difference between a regular double rare, subtle little foiling in mosaic, and then the chase hits and Weiss are just, they are mind-boggling. They are the most beautiful things, man. They always grade well. The card, there we go. They always grade well. They always do amazing. There is our 4th SR, everybody, the old Succeeding the Beast Titan there. And one, by the way, can you guys see it? I want to show you something. This is why I like this card. Look at the background. How awesome is that? Like, you don't see it right there, but then when the light hits it, look at that background. So awesome. All right, anyways, moving forward here. So I'm hoping we can, whoa. Triple rare. Boom, back to back, baby. Nice, another triple rare right in the middle of the video. Excellent. Okay. Very good box opening today for AOT. Wow. Like I said, you only get, I think you get 2 or 3 triple rares in the whole case. Remember, a case of these boxes is 18 boxes, everybody. The cases are massive. And some of these cards, like I said, are just extraordinarily difficult to get. And I always see those, I always get like, did we get one? I get excited for a second, I'm like, oh no, we didn't do it. Anyway, so I just think moving forward, I think that the world of Weiss still remains with a lot of opportunity. I feel like most people have never really taken the time to learn about the game, learn about the culture, learn about the IPs. I just don't think people, I feel like people watch these videos. Again, we're 15 minutes in, no one's really watching at this point. I feel like a lot of people hear about Weiss, or they see it on my YouTube channel, or they hear about a certain brand or a crossover. Oh, there we go. Immediately, boom. SR, Box 5, Political Meaning. I feel like a lot of people hear about Weiss, they see it online, and they don't think anything of it. Like, Another one of those cheesy anime, crossover, silly thing, blah, 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 blah. I feel like people just don't quite grasp how long this game has been around and how successful Weiss is for the last, 10 years now? I mean, this is not a new brand. It's been around a long time. In the non-English, the Japanese Weiss does very well. The Japanese Weiss market's even bigger, obviously in Japan than in the U.S. I mean, it's nothing compared to Japanese Weiss, everybody. It's a whole different beast. And I still believe, look at the Bunko Babe sets, look at the Hololives, Jobless Reincarnations. There's a lot of sets that people just get surprised. We got the new guy on the streets. We got Chainsaw Mans and different Azure Lanes, and there's a lot of cool things out there. And there's a lot of chase stuff. And there's a lot of cheap Weiss products too that I feel like nobody gives. Ooh, what is this? Look at that triple rare. Oh man, I've never seen that one. Wow. Okay, dude, that was really awesome. All right, cool. Another box with a triple rare plus the SR. That is my kind of box opening right there. I don't think the single market for Weiss does very well, besides the chase cards, because there's not much value. Because many stores just crack all these boxes, and they hunt the expensive stuff, and they sell. You see, that's the thing. You have the game piece army that loves how cheap Weiss is to play the game. You can get all these cheap cards to play. I mean, the decks can cost almost nothing. Well, I mean, maybe some of the trial decks can be expensive, especially older ones or anything, just like the boxes. But there's not a huge barrier to entry. Most of the Weiss playable cards are very cheap. Where you go in the world of Magic or Pokemon or something, you can hit some, their cards, or if you want a certain type of deck, you got to buy some crazy stuff, man. Same thing with Flesh and Blood and even Sorcery. A lot of these other games, can get very expensive very quick, and a lot of people get very agitated and, well, angry about that. Personally, you guys know where I stand on that. I don't think there's anything wrong with cards having value and game piece, that whole thing. But again, Weiss is one of those things where you can play the game very cheap. The playable cards, the common, uncommon, rares, even double rares, all remain on average very cheap. Very cheap, everybody. Last box in the video. I consider this a very good box opening. We got one SSP, we got our SR in every box, and 3 triple rares. 3 triple rares in 5 boxes. That's pretty awesome, man. Very last box of the video today. Hope you guys enjoyed this nice little throwback there for Dr. B over there, all the way in good old California. And I hope, if you've never tried Weiss, I tell you all the time, seriously, you should give it a shot. A lot of people just have no idea. They have no idea. And it's just something that I think people should give a chance. The game itself is actually quite unique. The first time I watched somebody play it years ago, I thought it was a really bizarre style of gameplay. It's definitely different. It's not a Magic the Gathering clone. Definitely not a Magic knockoff, as a lot of people like to say nowadays. But anyways, that's about all I have to say. The final thing on this video here as we wrap it up, keep in mind, if you guys ever want to get your Weiss cards graded, keep in mind over at PCG, we do a lot of Weiss card grading here. And of course, Rudy has partial ownership in the company. Can you even see? Sorry, it's like super fuzzy. Reflection, hold on a second. There you go. So yeah, keep in mind, we do slab and deal with a lot of these Weiss cards. And it's a pretty easy thing. Weiss and One Piece are probably the easiest cards to slab and get like 9/5s and 10s and gem mints and pristines. And Weiss card, the quality of these things are always very high. Oh, there we go. Hiding in the middle there, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Our next SR for the final box. Keep and watch there. The final SR of the video. So to end this video, I'm hoping for one more, maybe a triple rare, or maybe we get an SSP, maybe chasing the close here. Otherwise, I appreciate the kindness and being a patron there, Dr. Gavin. And all the cards will be headed your way in the next few days. And I thought I felt something there. Sorry, I thought we saw something shiny. 4 shots left. But that's my attitude. I think there's going to be a tremendous opportunity in a lot of these products. I don't believe anybody believes in a lot of these products. And that kind of, I know, Contrarian Rudy, that kind of excites me, the fact that nobody believes in it. I always feel there's tremendous opportunity in products when, I thought I saw that. I always think there's a huge opportunity many times when you're kind of going against the grain. Because again, by the time everybody realizes it, the market shifts and swings and reprices. And, if it's the hot thing on the internet, everyone's going to want it. The price is going to be crazy. There's not really going to be a lot of, price swings or surprises, But when you have opportunities, when you see different things, and you make your own choices, it's a little bit different. Oh, nothing in the close? Brutal. Last box was not as good. So that's all I have. That's my ramble today, folks. Weiss is continuing to be alive and well and quite successful. And the Weiss releases in 2024 have been incredibly good compared to 2023. And with some more HoloLive sets, the premium box sets, and of course some of these mega launches coming later in the year, next year, I have no reason to believe otherwise. And thanks for watching. And seriously, it doesn't hurt to explore and learn new things. You can learn a lot out there.